Hey guys, so today we're going to do a review of a new collection from MAC. I know it's been a long time since I've done a video review, at least, of a collection from MAC, but this is their Valentine's Day collection. And every year they kind of have a special character-themed Valentine's Day kind of thing. I think last year or the year before it was Wonder Woman. That might have been last year. I remember Fafi and probably other things that I'm forgetting. I know there's other things. There's been a lot of time between those two. But this year it is themed around Archie. It's called Archie's Girls. There's two kind of sections to this collection. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Urban Decay, the Glinda and Theodora, in the sense that there's like a lighter girly collection and then more of like a dark sexy collection. So there's the Betty collection and then there's the Veronica collection. And if you're like me and didn't really read Archie comics when you were little, the blonde is Betty and this is Veronica. And I don't know how I feel about their promo for it. Looks like this. It's definitely a new take on Betty and Veronica for sure. But that's what MAC always does. So this video is going to be reviewing the Betty part of the collection that I have. I have most of the collection. There's a few pieces I don't have. And then the video that's going to go right up after this is the Veronica collection. There was too many pieces to do one video. It would have taken forever, but make sure you check out both. Starting off, probably the most important part or the most popular part of either collection is going to be the eyeshadows. Now, the eyeshadows for the Betty collection is called Caramel Sundae. It's very appropriately named for the colors in it. There's a pink, a yellow, a buttery yellow, a taupey color, and then a darker brown. And I've used the two end colors. Did they name them? They do. Caramel Sundae and Showstopper. Caramel Sundae is that medium taupe, and I use that along the crease, and then I put Showstopper in basically all around the crease. It's the more smoky shade. All of these have a really nice texture to them. It includes, the first two are frosts, then Caramel Sundae is a satin, and Showstopper is a matte. So you're getting a lot of textures there. I really like this, and it also has a nice, nice mirror that is you can see your eyes in it, which is the most important part, so it's not like a full mirror, obviously. But I also like that the hinge on it, you can stop it wherever. I feel like I talk about that a lot with palettes, but a mirror is kind of useless if it's just going to fall flat like that. So, and it's a nice little compact, easy to take with you palette as well. Next thing I want to talk about are the pigments, just because it kind of falls into the eye stuff as well. So the Betty collection comes with two pigments, and other than the face powder and the eyeshadows, all of the Betty and Veronica shades are going, or the colors or products, I guess is the right word, are going to have whatever character's face on them, which I thought was a really cute thing. And they're part of the packaging, so I could scratch it. It's not going to come off. It's not a sticker. It's not like a little thing like sometimes MAC does with the packaging where it's just kind of on top of it. Both the cardboard packaging and the actual product packaging, it is on there. So the cuteness isn't going to just rub off. But there are two colors. They're both pastels. There is called Cheers My Dear and Lucky in Love. And they're both super shimmery. I have Lucky in Love. This was the first thing when I opened the colors. I was like, oh my god, that color is amazing. This light blue green, but it's really cool. It's a pretty unique shade, I think. You don't come across a color quite like this very often. So that was the main reason I was super excited to use it. I did use it wet on my lids, but I felt like it kind of grabbed. I really had to apply the color and then take a dry brush and kind of blend it out because it did grab. It kind of made my eyes look crepey, which essentially means they looked like really old. But once I kind of blended it out, I really did like the color, and it softened it a little bit, and I like the way it looks with the brown eyeshadow shades. I love how like light blues look, well, blue in general looks with brown shadows. Then the other pigment, Cheers My Dear, is a light lavender. It's on more of the pinkish lavender side, I think, but it has the same finish as Lucky in Love, so they're both very frosty. Another thing that both collections have, which I was kind of surprised, is a mascara. So it's Opulash, and this one is Optimum Black. Again, it has Betty's face on it. And I believe the only difference between them is that the Veronica one is volumizing, where this is just a standard Opulash mascara. I applied both. I didn't really notice a difference, but if you like the packaging or you need a new mascara, there you go. There are two what are these? Pearl Glide Intense liners that come with the Betty collection. There is Black Swan, which has a ton of sparkle in it. I like this formula when I swatch it just because you see all this glitter and you're like, oh my god, that's so cool. And then there's Lord It Up, which is kind of a chocolatey bronze with gold shimmer in it. So I really do like the way these look when I swatch them, and they would look cool kind of as an eyeshadow base. I have the black one, Black Swan, kind of rimmed around my eyes. You can't really tell if the glitter's there when you do that, but I imagine if you were kind of smudging it all over, you'd be able to tell a little bit more. But these are super smooth liners, so they work really well, especially for kind of lining around your eyes, not necessarily on the waterline, just because they are smooth. So I applied it, and then I was able to kind of smooth it out a little bit with an angle brush. So I do like them in that aspect. They're not like really difficult, hard liners like sometimes liners can be. And so then moving down the face, we'll go on to the cheek products. There's 2 cheek products for the Betty collection. And the first is a Satin blush in Cream Soda. So this is kind of just a nice neutral corally shade. I really like the way it looks on my skin tone, especially with the blue eyeshadow. I think that I like orange and blue. They balance each other out really nicely, and I really like this because it doesn't have too much shimmer to it, and it's light, so it's a buildable color. So if you have a fair skin tone, this probably would look awesome on you. And then the next is Flatter Me, which is a Pearl Matte Face Powder. I wasn't really positive on what this was. It comes in a compact, and it has these cute little hearts on them. I think that the hearts themselves, I can't tell if it's an overlay. I don't think that they are. Actually, I could be lying. I'm gonna dig into it. Ah! So many people would probably hate this. Okay, no. You can see they just broke one of Betty's hearts here. It's not a overlay, but it's not going to really add much to the color. You can see the swatches right here. I have the peachy color, then just the heart, and then mixed together, and the peach and the mixed together one look pretty much the same. I applied this just kind of around this area, and it's interesting they call it a face powder. I guess that's accurate, and it's interesting it's called Pearl Matte. I really like the way that this looks. I feel like calling it a face powder is gonna be people that don't understand try and put it all over their face. I wouldn't put it all over my face, but it just gives this really nice glow that is not over the top, and it doesn't really look like a highlighter necessarily. It kind of just looks like you naturally, like from within glow, if that makes sense. So I'm a big fan of this product. I have 2 of the 3. So the first one is called Betty Bright, and this is an awesome corally peachy shade. It is a satin, so it's nice and pigmented. I put that around the edges of my lips. I kind of created an ombre lip with the 2 colors. And then the other shade that I have is Girl Next Door, which is a luster. It's kind of a blue pink. It looks really awesome, but it is quite sheer like a lot of the lusters are. And that is just right in the center. The lip glosses in the Betty side of this collection are very girly, like pretty much everything in this collection. So the first one is called Stay Sweet, and it's kind of almost a lilac-y pink. So that's what this looks like. And all of these are pretty pigmented for MAC colors, or for lip gloss actually. I'm not a big fan of lip gloss. Lip gloss in general, I really don't wear it. And these ones are kind of sticky, so if you're not into that, you probably won't like any of MAC's lip gloss at all, to be honest. Next is Summer Sweetheart, which is a peachy color. Of all 3, I think this one is one of my favorites. And then we have Don't Kiss and Tell, which is definitely on more of the pink side. Press release I have says it's a bright coral. Maybe. I see more pink than I do coral, but that could be just me. And then the last part are the nail polishes. Just disclaimer, I never really have been a huge fan of MAC nail polishes. I think they're kind of totally overpriced. I mean, these, how much are these? $17.50. I remember when MAC, I feel like an old man like on a porch. I remember when MAC nail polishes. I remember when MAC nail polishes were $9. So seeing them be $17.50 is kind of insane. But I'm going to tell you about the colors anyways. So the first one is called Pep Pep Pep, and this is a creamy light, almost creamsicle orange. I love this color, and I do like cream formulas. MACs are pretty nice. They end up looking just really smooth on the nails. Sometimes you can get those ones that look kind of streaky. And then the next one is Cosmic Cute, which is a cream, kind of bubblegum pink. And it calls it Bright Coral. Apparently I don't know what coral is. I would not call this coral at all. So the prices here seem to be a little bit more than what normal MAC prices are, unless MAC raised their prices and I wasn't paying attention, which is completely plausible. The lipsticks are $16.50, and as well as the lip gloss and the eyeliners. The mascara is $17.50, pigments are $23, blush $22, the face powder that I like is $30, and the eyeshadow 4 set is $44. Assuming that because of the packaging being all cute and stuff, that they made it a little bit more expensive. So my favorites on the Betty side are probably the Pearl Matte Face Powder. I really like this, along with the blush. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I also like this, this color is kind of cool, the Girl Next Door. So those probably would be my favorites. I do like the 4 palette here, the Caramel Sundae 4 palette. I just feel like I have a lot of those colors, but they are very cute Valentine's Day girly kind of colors, so I do see the appeal. Okay, so keep watching, or click right here. I'll have some little picture or something to watch the Veronica side of this, and yeah, so see you in about 2 seconds because you're going to watch that video, right? Okay.